We usually start out with a map on where we've been for the last little while, but this is kind of a long break between videos. And according to the Gas Manager app that I use on my phone to keep track of our mileage, we put 7,000 kilometers on the motorhome this month and an additional 3,000 on the Jeep. So we're probably going to need more than one map this month. Anyways, we'd lollipopped our way down to Grand Prairie after hunting and left our motorhome there when we got the call that the moose was ready in Manning. So we drove quickly up to Manning, picked it up early in the morning, put it in the back of the Jeep in a few coolers and boxes and whatnot, and drove directly to Calgary to get it in a freezer. We did take some out so we could enjoy it first with my cousin Lori, and gotta say thanks to Lori. Not many girls would say, hey, let's go for a bike ride, you guys can take my bike. That's just what we did, and wow, it was a beautiful time. We had a nice Thanksgiving dinner together as well. Thank you for that. Anyways, we'll touch base some more.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me in these last few days.
This is the Sheep River Falls, and hopefully we won't have to rescue Gigi out of them here anytime soon, because she's bound and determined. Oh my goodness, I wish I could say something. Gigi, please be careful. Anyways, there was something coming out of the water there in the rocks. You can see it's wet, but we didn't see anything down here. Gorgeous little valley though.
Oh, and let me tell you that I love you.
You're driving Harley Davidson Arbuckle. What do you feel?
Look at her.
Look at that. A lot of Harley Davidson now.
At the moment, very much.
Oh, and I have tried and kept on trying. Stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I have traveled hard with conscience flying somewhere with the wind.
After our beautiful time in Calgary, we jumped back in the Jeep and drove up to Grand Prairie where the motorhome was, and we spent one quick night there with my buddy Robert where we left our motorhome. You remember Robert from June? That was the first place we stayed actually at the beginning of our trip. Anyways, we after one quick night there, we headed south, not to William Schweitzer Provincial Park, but just north of there on the Wildhay River. Wanted to do some deer hunting in the area, but yeah, the weather kind of turned, and that's going to be the story of our life for a while. Anyways, I'll let you enjoy. Well, today we drove down from Grand Prairie. We kind of scooted through Grand Cache quickly and kind of wanted to get out of there. It's supposed to be pretty cold tonight, and we weren't ready for freezing temperatures. I'd seen this camp about 5 years ago about deer hunting, and always wanted to give it a go. Somebody cut us a whole lot of firewood. There's a picnic table here, a beautiful little creek we can listen to all night. And there's Gigi just getting everything all cleaned up and ready, and I think this is going to be a great place to spend a couple of days and maybe even find some deer. It looks like somebody's been shooting there. So yeah, what a beauty little spot. This used to be one of my favorite spots to camp in this country, and it looks like you can't even get into it anymore. I think the road probably washed out in all the high water they had this spring. Yeah, it used to go right across here, not anymore. Wow, too bad. Such a beautiful little spot when you could get into it. Well, it's kind of chilly and kind of windy, but we got ourselves a fire going, and we actually cooked over on the grill over there. But what are you eating, G? Anything good?
Liver and onion.
Moose liver and onions? My God, no man could ask for a better meal.
Oh, but let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. and now I'm going.
I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down, love day.
Morning, my girl. How was your sleep? Good. A little bit chilly when we woke up this morning. It was actually -4 when I first got up. And that's not the really concerning part here. I'll just take you outside and have a look at the... Whoa, if the camera can ever figure out what color anything is, because everything is kind of white. Let's see there. I don't know if you can tell on that, but wow, we got a good 6 inches or so last night. And a little creek starting to freeze up there, so yeah, we're gonna have to go find out what the weather forecast is, and we may have to go to plan B here. Might be time for us to start moving on. Looks like sometimes as a hunter you only have to be awake at the right time. Saw these tracks here as we went for our little drive this morning, and there's home right over there. Guess we're not the world's best hunters. Well, so long to our beautiful little camp here, but we've got -12 in the forecast coming up, and that's just a little bit too cold for us. Probably gonna have to start driving east here real soon. But yeah, it sure was a nice camp anyways. Gigi's gonna follow me out at least for the first little while because the road's gonna be a bit sketchy, but should work out fine, I hope. Well, greetings from the road. We're on it a whole lot sooner than we thought we'd be, but the old Alberta weather has changed on us, and it's time for us to head out. We had about, well, you'll see from the video there, about 15 centimeters of snow the other night in the woods, so that chased us out of there. And we're supposed to be -12 or 15 in Calgary here tomorrow, or with lots of snow coming too, so we're going to try and be eastbound and down starting tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, soon. How was your summer, G?
Awesome.
Awesome. Saw lots of northern BC. What was your favorite part, do you think?
What's that? It's in the Dawson Creek.
Dawson Creek? How come?
And after Dawson Creek.
Oh, Tumbler Ridge.
Tumbler Ridge.
Tumbler Ridge. Yeah, that was nice. The fishing and the hiking, and
I love hiking.
we actually flew the drone without crashing it there too. We crashed it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked that. Moose hunting was kind of good too.
Yes. And fishing. I love fishing.
You love the fishing?
But I'm scared for the canoe.
Yeah. Maybe next year we'll spend more time in the canoe and you'll get over your fear of the canoe.
I love doing hiking.
Yeah, me too. That was fun.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It's a beautiful looking day out there. Snow in the shade there. You can still see it.
Snowy and
Yeah, more on the way. And our plant's grown really tall since since we first set off.
yeah, it's a bamboo.
And what, my girl? We only stayed one quick night in Calgary and then hit the road before the weather engulfed us. We actually drove all the way up to Saskatoon and then down to Regina to avoid snow that was in the southern part of the provinces, and woke up to a pretty cold time there in Regina. But it was a long 6 nights and 5,300 clicks. That's about 3,200 miles for you, Kurt. And you can see where we stopped for the night there on the map. But it was a nice trip, but really long. Things you just don't expect to see driving through the Badlands of southern Alberta. Here we got 2 cow moose in a place where you'd least expect them. I'm sure everyone's been stuck by a slow-moving train before. This one, actually the engines went out of sight there a couple of minutes ago, but this is a slow-moving Saskatchewan train. And when you're stuck behind one of them, you're stuck for a while. So luckily we just stopped at Dairy Queen, and Gigi's in there chowing down on hers now, and I'll go join in and chow down on mine.
If I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flame.
Snow, snow, snow. Arbuckle.
Yes, I wish I could be as excited as you are, but I'm not.
You have to drive.
Not fun at all.
We are in Wawa. We are in Wawa, Ontario. Arbuckle,
Yes,
maybe we have to stop somewhere.
I want to get out of this. I don't want to stop anywhere. We are in Old Woman Bay. Decided this is as good a place as any to stop for a bite of lunch, and the snow has finally stopped. And yeah, it was pretty stressful driving through there for a little while. You know, Jeeps seem to hang on here pretty good. Yeah, time for lunch.
And now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever